Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all of your support, uncensored and unafraid. Now, you probably have already seen this. I'm a little late to the party with this, and that is because I really went back and forth with myself on whether or not to talk about this because it has seemed so sensationalized, so over the top. Is it really a big deal? We had a couple of Caitlin Clark fans, one big on Twitter, one on YouTube. The one on YouTube did a video on this with a like very way over the top title for the video, and then the video itself and the content didn't really match the title. And then the person on X completely called him out and was like, I don't know if I can support you anymore for doing this. And people are going back and forth. And then the video disappeared and got deleted on YouTube, and then the tweet got deleted on X. So that's kind of they got together behind the scenes, like, hey, you know what? How about I'll delete this video, okay? Because I'm getting a lot of backlash. Delete that tweet for me. Deal. And of course, because we all know there's a whole lot of drama with it anyway, we're talking about Raven Johnson heading to training camp for the Indiana Fever with her nemesis, Caitlin Clark, who she clearly still has issues with. I don't care what anyone. Now, look, they could be completely professional on the court. They could say all the right things about each other. That doesn't mean things are okay. Okay. And we'll get into that in a minute in terms of locker room and all that, which is really why I wanted to do this. So it might be a little boring. I don't know, because it's not going to be a sensationalized one. We're going to take a look at the clip, and then we're going to talk about if it really means anything above and beyond the silly, petty drama of about all of this. So we had Raven Johnson, right? We got these players going through doing their high five thing here. Let me see if I've got this down. I want to make sure that I don't have the sound, because a lot of times that is a problem. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. I hate these videos on X like this. But if you watch, right, you've got behind Aaliyah Boston as she goes, you're gonna see Raven Johnson. You're gonna see him going down the line. There's Raven, right? Okay, we're gonna high five her. Oh, let me back away, literally back away, for a lot of people being like, "Oh, no, she's looking at the floor. She didn't miss." I watched this probably a few hundred times at this point, and she absolutely skips Caitlin Clark on purpose. Watch this hand. There we go. And then watch. I'm going to put my hand down. I actually stepped back. She steps back and away so that she does not high five Caitlin Clark. Caitlin, you can even see right there, right there. You can even see Caitlin. Back up. Let me back up a little more. You can even see Caitlin about to put her hand out. I'm going to slow this down just to make it obvious, and then we're going to talk about it. Um, did I actually hit that right? Whoop, let me see. So you will watch Raven. So where we go, we're going to get that high five there. Here comes Caitlin. Watch Caitlin put her hand out. Caitlin's hand out. Raven Tan goes down. She steps back and away from Caitlin Clark, and then puts her hand out for Aaliyah Boston. Do not tell me in any way, shape, or form that this was not purposely missing Caitlin Clark. I got this one. Caitlin's left hand comes up and toward her. She steps back, away, look how far back she goes. Look how far back she goes. This is the problem with the WNBA. The pettiness of these women, the emotional immaturity of these women, the this is the insecurity of these women. This is an absolute joke. You know what men would do? They'd fight, shake hands, and move on. So why is this actually a story? That is a great question. But let me just give you one other thing real quick. Uh, If you look at this, remember Haley Van Lith when she was drafted by Chicago? Speaking of, by the way, saying the right things after, remember that look on her face when she did this with the jersey? Look at that look by Raven Johnson. She does not want to be there. And again, I'm not saying we will outwardly see it on the court, although if they play together, I would look for that whole nonsense we've seen with other players like Erica Wheeler never passing to Caitlin Clark. Kelsey Mitchell doesn't pass. I think her number of assists to players in the Indiana Fever is like Caitlin Clark's last. She barely ever gets assists to Caitlin Clark. We know Natasha Howard. I mean, do we need to talk about the shoe tying incident where the ball goes into Natasha Howard and Caitlin Clark makes a loud, loud statement by reaching down and tying her shoe during a live play because she knew that that ball was not coming from Natasha Howard. So please explain to me, Indiana Fever, you drafted a player at 10 that no one expected to go this high. She doesn't do anything for your offense in terms of the type of offense you should be running because she has no shot. She can't space the floor in any way. She's not a very good facilitator. Really, all you have is that she can supposedly play defense, but at the expense of what? Kelsey Mitchell on the bench for an extended period of time, Caitlin Clark on the bench for an extended period of time. Whatever you want to say about their defense, their offense outweighs it. If it didn't, they wouldn't be playing the minutes they played. They wouldn't be winning, being all WNBA first team. They wouldn't be MVP candidates. Their offense, their positives on offense outweigh any perceived negatives on defense. I would not say that the truth is there that that is true with Raven Johnson, that her prowess on defense outweighs lack of offense. So again, you had other needs, bigger needs, big needs at other positions that were available. It makes no sense to draft Raven Johnson. And again, not this is not about the whole sky is falling and a lot of people are like, oh, being negative. Well, first, again, criticism is a real legitimate thing. I'm not saying the sky is falling. I'm explaining the issues that I have in what I see from the outside as someone who has played sports my whole life, been on many teams, have coached many teams. And by the way, I'll tell you this, the coaching, which is at the youth level, I say I've coached from like age 6 to 18, high school seniors, uh, women, girls. The drama's a lot more at that age. So I have an idea of what the drama can be like for sure. But here's the big issue with all this. Like, so I question from a basketball standpoint, why would they would draft Raven Johnson? But also from everything we've heard from the video she did not that long ago with the podcast and the things she was saying about Caitlin Clark and the India and the Iowa Hawkeyes. And then you can clearly see her reaction here, not thrilled. And then you saw the high five. What was the point? Like, you had to know that this wasn't necessarily going to be a great fit in terms of your team chemistry. Remember, protect the locker room? What exactly does protect the locker room mean if not to avoid these types of situations right here? Locker rooms matter. Team chemistry matters. And that's why I say, like, by itself, is this the biggest deal in the world? Probably not. Could it be a real issue? Like, is it a red flag, so to speak? Yeah, it is. When you see something like that, again, I'm not going to go over the top with it and be like, oh, but she is not comfortable here. She does not like Caitlin Clark. That is an issue. Why would you draft someone like that? It makes no sense. So it's something to keep an eye on for sure because team chemistry matters. We've seen it in with different players in the past 2 years with the Indiana Fever that there have been problems. I mean, do we need to talk about Dewana Bonner? Do we need to talk about what that did to the Indiana Fever last year? I don't think we do. But, anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Really do appreciate it. Hype on mobile, notification bell. You know the drill. Go have the day you deserve. Shout out to the 19. I will talk to you later.